Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start, I should have brought a step stool. I can hardly see over this thing, but we'll do our best. My name is Oliver Bagley. Some of you may know me as a classmate, some as a teammate, but most of you probably know me as a running man due to my inability to walk. If any students would like a challenge, I once covered the distance from Mansion Steps to Humanities in less than a minute during a prefect rota mishap. Soon after I arrived in Seaford in Year 9 as a new boarder, I was asked to take some parents around the school. As we walked down through the chicken walk, past the toilets, they asked me, "What makes Seaford so special?" I didn't know then. I'd only just arrived. Probably not the chicken walk toilets. But this question has stuck with me. Seaford is special in many ways. One way, no other school has 29 speed bumps before you arrive. Maybe if I went somewhere else, my car might still have suspension. Then there's Mr. Green, who gets to skip all the speed bumps in his golf buggy. Sir, I have to ask, is there a speed limiter on your buggy? No. After 5 years of highs and lows, I believe I'm in a much better position to answer the question, why is Seaford so special to me? When I arrived as a young, very dyslexic boy, the thought of senior school was very daunting. I imagined a world of homework, smelly armpits, and one where everyone was taller than me. But this was only partly the reality. I was almost immediately swept up by the Seaford community. School has always been a struggle for me. Words have an amazing ability to muddle themselves around. Even writing this speech, I learned that rich isn't spelled R-H-I-C-H, and tough has no S in it. On arrival, one of the first things we had to do was computerized CAT tests, which predicted how we'd do academically. No surprise to me or my family, these did not go that well. We'd been quite surprised I'd made it to Seaford at all. And for the first 2 years, I needed a lot of additional support in the form of extra study sessions and learning support. Through the encouragement and support of the communities, I began to improve. 3 years later, I finished reading my first book, and when GCSEs came around, I did better than I could have ever dreamed. 2 years on, and just over a week ago, I finished my A-levels. And now, the only thing standing between me, a parachuting course with the CCF later in July, is this speech and the 1,500 meters this afternoon. After that, I can stop running. So in answer to the question, it's not the armpits, it's the community. This community isn't created by one individual, but everyone at Seaford buying into it, looking out for each other, and always going above and beyond to help. In the words of Dr. Seuss, you have brains in your head and feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. So if you can stop just for a minute to see how much work you have done and appreciate all you have begun, you might realize quite how far you've come. Thank you for listening.